I know you're all bummed because I actually promised you this diary a day early, and it turns out it's like 3 days late, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. It's been pretty eventful past week since my last diary. Um, I was in the part of Ohio that was affected by the horrendous storms, and the storms weren't really the bad part, although we do have gigantic fucking tree down in our yard. But we were without power. It went out, I guess it was Friday night around 7 o'clock. Um, so we had the whole night without any type of air conditioning, electricity, anything, and it sucked. So we woke up the next day and we decided I have a friend that lives about an hour and a half away, and she did have power, and so she invited us to come down there and, of course, go shopping as well. So we took her up on that. The power finally came on here about 7 o'clock Saturday night. So we were without it for 24 hours. Gas lines finally, to get actual gas for your cars, they finally calmed down. They were fucking insane nuts. There are still some people in this community that don't have power, so I'm feeling pretty fortunate right now that I do have it. So that was the power situation, and that's why I wasn't available for internet, cam, most of that stuff. And so we finally got through all that nonsense. And Monday, hubby and I headed over to Cincinnati. And Cincinnati was a great time. We were there for the concert. I know a lot of you knew about it. It was Lita Ford, Poison, and Def Leppard, and it was a rock your socks good time. It was fucking incredible. Of course, we had some great food. Thanks, boys. And gas was paid for. Thanks, Candy. And we also had, what did we do? Oh, that night, well, we hit a bar afterwards, and it wasn't really super happening because it was like a Monday night, but you know, it was still fun. The next day, we got up and we went to the zoo, and it was a blast. I love seals, and that's why I was really excited to go to the Cincinnati Zoo because they're the only ones nearby that have seals, so spent a lot of time there. Thanks to little boy Timmy, who paid for my and my man's admission into the zoo. I did not get a hot dog and step on it like you had mentioned, just because hot dogs were like $10 or something ridiculous. I don't know. The zoo food is ridiculous, retarded expensive. So we just brought our own. My shoes are doing really well on eBay right now. I think they're about $30 or so right now. So I want you boys bidding on those. They will be a cleaner's just dream. They are covered, and I did wear them to the concert and the zoo, and I did a lot of sweating, a lot of walking through dirt, and so they're even dirtier than they were originally pictured. I may try to load some pictures up later today of those actually. So that's kind of been my life. Everything kind of came to a halt, everything without power, and then me being gone and all that. So I just finished a custom. I finished a session this morning with my tongue boy who insisted he was leaving and wouldn't come back, and yet here he is again. Um, what else is going on? I've got some really good clips planned. And I've got some customs that I need to work on, but they are going to take a little while. So if you did request those, just hold your horses. You'll get them. My wish list, I've added and removed and kind of tweaked some items on there as to things I really want. So make sure you check those out and feel free to visit that wish list often. One of the questions I wanted to address today, because I got asked by about 7 or 8 different people, people wanting my husband to appear in clips. And as of right now, there's no immediate plan for that. Partly because he's kind of in kind of a high profile position, so we don't really necessarily need him on there, but also partly because once you know specifically, you've heard details, but once you've actually pictured him and seen him and know what he looks like, I know that you're going to be spending your time jerking your cock to him, and neither of us want that, so fuck off. He may end up appearing in a clip with his feet. We are discussing that. That may happen. Of course, it won't come cheap. Just rest assured of that. I don't really think I have much else to update right now. Like I said, everything's just kind of getting back into some normalcy, um, with being gone and all the storms and all that shit. It just got crazy hectic around here, but um, life will resume normalcy as of today, and I'm working on filming as soon as I finish this. So make sure you check out my sites, and I am going to be putting up a kink bomb code later today for a certain amount off an order of any certain dollar amount or whatever higher. So make sure you check out my Kink Bomb. Another question I got asked was, do I prefer you buy my clips from Kink Bomb or clips for sale? I really don't care. I mean, I get the same percentage either way. I know some of you have had bad experiences with one as opposed to the other, so you buy from the other one. That's completely fine. If you do want to buy from me directly, if they're not a super huge file, I can send them through a file transfer system, so you can also pay for them rather with Amazon or PayPal, which is always preferred, and I get all that. So that's all for now. I need to go do some filming, so I know you've missed me, and I'm glad to be back. And I can't wait to start taking all your money again very, very soon.